4.2 triangle sum and exterior angle theorems. So the triangle sum theorem, the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So here the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180. So for example 1 and 2, determine the value of x and the missing angles. Example 1, we have 63 degrees, 54 degrees, and x. So if I add them all together, then they should equal 180. So x plus 63 plus 54 is equal to 180. So then x plus 117 is equal to 180. X is equal to 63. And that means that angle is 63 degrees as well. All right, example 2 here, we have 3x plus 1, 5x plus 5, and 2x plus 4. So if I add all of those together, they will equal 180. So I can say that 5x plus 5 plus 3x plus 1 plus 2x plus 4 should equal 180 degrees. Now combine like terms, 5x plus 3x plus 2x is 10x. 5 plus 1 plus 4 is 10. So 10x is equal to 170. And x is equal to 17. So then to find the angle measures, we will plug them back in. So 5 times 17 plus 5 is equal to 90. And then we have 3 times 17 plus 1 is equal to 52. And 2 times 17 plus 4 is equal to 38. All right, example 3, refer to the diagram in which segment DF is parallel to segment BC, segment AB is parallel to segment FC, measure of ADE is equal to 60, and measure of angle ACB is 50 degrees. Find. So we have to find a bunch of different things here. So these are kind of like puzzles that you have to kind of piece together a little bit. So first they're telling us that segment DF is parallel to BC. So DF is parallel to BC. AB is parallel to FC. Notice how I switched to 2 arrows because I've already used the 1 arrow. And then the other angle measures are labeled for us. So measure of angle B. So how am I going to find this angle right here? Well, I see 60. I know these 2 lines are parallel, so that means B also has to be 60 degrees due to corresponding angles. So I'm going to label that in my picture as well. 2 is measure of angle A. Well, again, corresponding angles, so this angle has to be 50. 180 minus 60 minus 50 is 70. So that measure of angle A is 70 degrees. Measure of angle AED. Oh, we just said that was 50 degrees. Measure of angle EDB, so ED to B, EDB. Well, I see triangle A, let me outline this. A, B, C, and I know oh, we already have that. This one was 50 degrees. Sorry about that. So then this makes a straight line. So 180 minus 50 is going to be 130. So this one is 130. EDB, EDB. That's already 60, so 180 minus 60 is 120. Measure of angle FEC, FEC, right here, 130, so this is 50. Because again, these two make a straight line, or you could see vertical angles right there. Measure of angle ECF, ECF. If measure of angle A was 70 degrees, that makes this one 70 degrees as well. Alternate interior angles. It's kind of hard to see. And then measure of angle F, 180 minus 50 minus 70 is 60. So that's going to be 60. So again, those are kind of like a puzzle that you have to piece together. And we will go over that. I did not do my best at explaining how to do that, and I understand that. So we will go back over a problem like that in class. But it is just kind of like a puzzle. Once you find one angle, it will lead you to the next one. All right, so example 4, find x. So these are x right here. I know 43 and 57. So let me go ahead and try to find this angle right here. So 180. 180 minus 43 and minus 57 is 80. So if this angle is 80 degrees, this angle is also 80 degrees due to vertical angles. Okay, so these two angles are vertical, so they have the same degree measure. If these are both x, then I know that x plus 80 is equal to 180 degrees. So 2x plus 80 is equal to 180. We can solve from there. 2x is equal to 100. X is 50. All right, so on this next one, there are 3 different triangles altogether. So I'm going to outline all 3 of them. So here's one in red. There's the one triangle. In blue, here's another triangle. And then you have this overlapping triangle here in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to erase that just so that way we can see a little bit better. But now that you see what the 3 triangles I'm talking about are, we can find these other 2 angles by subtracting to find the 3rd angle from 180. So 180 minus 90 minus 65 gave me 25. So this angle right here is 25. Do the same thing to the other triangle, 180, and we're subtracting our other two angles that we know, so 50 minus 80 is 50. So this angle has to be 50. So now I can take my smaller triangle and figure out what x is. So 180 minus 50 minus 25 is 105, and that makes x 105. All right, on the back, determine the value of x and the angle measures. So dealing with the angle measures on the inside of the triangle, a triangle adds to be 180 degrees. So then 10x squared plus 40x plus 30x should equal 180. Then I'll have 10x squared plus 70x is equal to 180. Now I see this x squared part, so that does not mean that I can solve right away. So this is going to bring us back to Algebra 1. I'm sure it's your favorite thing, but we have to factor. So I'm going to get everything and set it equal to 0. So 10x squared plus 70x minus 180 is equal to 0. Now, everything is divisible by 10, so I'm going to go ahead and divide it all by 10. And that will give me x squared plus 7x minus 18 is equal to 0. And those are numbers that I like to deal with a little bit better. So I need to find two numbers that multiply to negative 18, but add to be 7. Okay, so negative 18 that multiply to be negative 18. There's 18 and 1. There's 2 and 9. Well, 2 and 9 would work. So here, 9 minus 2 would give me a positive 7, and 9 times negative 2 would give me a negative 18. So we're good there. So x plus 9 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. And then I can set each of those individual parentheses equal to 0. So x plus 9 is equal to 0, and x is equal to negative 9. That doesn't really work. Can't have a negative number, because if I plugged negative 9 back into here, 30 times a negative number is going to give me a negative degree measure, and that doesn't really work out. And then we have x minus 2 is equal to 0, and x is equal to 2. So that would work. Then to find the measure of angle A, 30 times 2 is 60. Measure of angle B, 40 times 2 is 80. And the measure of angle C is 10x squared, so 10 times 2 squared, which ends up being 40. What is going on? There we go. So that's 40. All right, we're almost done. The exterior angles theorem. An exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of its remote interior angles. Remote means non-adjacent. So here, measure of angle 4 equals 1 plus 2. Okay, so if I add together the angle degree measures of 1 and 2, that will give me the measure of angle 4. So Example 7, we have 3x plus 2 and 6x minus 7. I need to find the exterior angle. Well, if I add these two together, then I can go ahead and find what this measure is. So 3x plus 2 plus 6x minus 7 is 9x minus 5. So this angle right here is going to be 9x minus 5. 8, again, x and y, so this angle is just the sum of those two angles. So I'm going to add those together, and that would give me that exterior angle. All right, solve for x and the missing angles. So again, if I add these two angles together, if I add this plus this, it will give me the sum. It will equal 126. So 6x minus 1 plus 5x plus 17 should equal 126. So 11x plus 16 should equal 126. Divide by 11, and x is equal to 10. And the missing angles, so let's go ahead and plug these back in. So 5 times 10 plus 17 is equal to 67. And then 6 times 10 minus 1 is 59. And as you can tell, 67 plus 59 is 126. All right, so the same thing, add them together and set it equal to our exterior angle. So that means that 2y plus 2 plus 3y plus 1 should equal 48. So 2y plus 2 plus 3y plus 1 should give me 48. So 5y plus 3 is equal to 48. Solve. I got y is equal to 9. And then if we plug our y value back in, we can find the missing angles. I got 20 degrees and 28 degrees there.